shield in the head.
Oh, God.
From this guy.
If you'd like us to do something, you guys
12375.
any options. There is no clear definition of what we're supposed to do right now. 2 months.
Was that necessary?
There are a small group of people.
We'll see.
You have a small group of people surrounded by all
You feel real tough with all that armor on. Pushing peaceful people around, right?
You're kidding me. This is my brother.
Leave, but you will be arrested. The warrant already.
Where do we go? You got us locked in.
What?
If we can
Are we
leave
supposed
now,
to dig
let
our
us
way
go.
home? What's wrong with you guys?
We're not your enemy.
Honestly,
Why the world's fucked up. We're just trying to
told me here. Is that why it's
Unbelievable.
here? I'm sure.
This is not. We're not
assholes.
I'm sure you guys are just as aware.
Penalty, a $500 fine or 2 months in jail. The regulation lasts for Summit Week. Police lobbied for it. The provincial cabinet granted it earlier this month.
Basically what the law entails is that if you are inside of the security zone, they have the authority to force you to identify yourself or be arrested, such as in the case of Charlie Veitch from the Love Police yesterday.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hello. How are you guys? Good. How's it going?
Good. Very well, sir. Well, these guys are from Press for Truth, and I'm from the Love Police.
You're within 5 meters of this wall, so please turn off your video camera.
We can't film within 5 meters of the wall?
No, that's correct.
Okay.
Public Works Act states that, so please.
Because we're
show your identification, please. These officers.
5 meters from this wall. All right, we'll stop filming. But it's because obviously.
Show your identification, please.
Can I just ask a question, please, sir?
From this particular wall.
Can I please look at the actual paperwork
that side?
law that says
You can film freely.
Can I please see your identification, sir? Because we're both human beings, but are we not equal before the law until someone
I've
breaks
asked
the
you
law?
to turn the camera off. I don't anticipate any trouble whatsoever. And that's it. I hope that sounds fair and is fair with everybody, right? So, can you...
Is he being detained right now, or...?
He's just talking. Same thing that... I've asked you to stop filming, brother. Come on. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I know it's very interesting. You have nothing to worry about with his safety.
Okay.
Okay?
ID?
So, did this gentleman produce ID as of yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. So your friend didn't want to tell the police who he was, so he's been arrested for the time being. Okay. So they're going to determine who he is, and then once they determine who he is, he'll be released.
I came into Cherry Beach here to film some shots of the waterfront and the city skyline and try and get some shots of the rumored camp where they're keeping all of the homeless people. How about my passport?
That's fine, sir. Thank you. Can you take it over that, please?
I wasn't aware this was a secure area. Thanks.
So it's Cherry Beach, is that way, sir?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And which zone is this? Like, am I in, just for future reference, am I inside of a security zone, or?
You're too close.
Too close to the?
Yes, that's Cherry Beach. If that's where you want to go, you're free to go, sir.
If I was to get some shots from here, where would be a safe area to get shots from?
What are you looking to take pictures of?
Well, I just mean in general. Like, I just paused here to check a hard drive in my pocket, and then next thing I knew, there were forensic identification service coming out. So I want to know, for future reference, if I were to come down here to, let's say, get a shot of like the Port Toronto sign panning out of all the fence stuff.
You can get it from the Cherry Beach down there, sir.
Okay.
Okay?
But not across the street or anything like that?
No, sir. You're free to go. You're on your way.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks very much. So, there we go. Pause to take a drink of water and check my hard drive, which has now failed on me, and I was approached by another 4 police officers outside of the security zone, and as far as I know, outside of the mandate of the new act that was just passed, and still forced to surrender identification under possible threat of detainment and or arrest. After I left Cherry Beach, I was walking down the street. I was being followed by a van full of police officers. They followed me all the way down the street. I walked about 600 meters, went over the bridge, way out of the area that they told me was quote-unquote too close to a supposed security zone that I was unaware of. But I went about 600 meters outside of that, tried to set up my camera so that I could do a little update, and that was when 2 police vans swarmed in with 4 officers, and once again the exact same officers that I had already surrendered my passport to asked to see my identification and demanded to know what I was filming and why I was filming, and it was quite a a frightening experience, to say the least. They told me I was not allowed filming on the streets across that bridge over there. However, City TV was filming me the entire time, so apparently there's a double standard for the corporate media and for the independent media.
But Mr. Veitch, maybe there's other secret laws we don't know about. Isn't that the bedrock of freedom, to have secret laws?
Yeah, Alex, I've just come out of court about 2 hours ago where I was tried for the new law. I have it here in my official form. It's the Public Works Protection Act, Section 5.1, and it came into effect, so my lawyer said, the free lawyer appointed to me, on June the 2nd this year, especially for the G20, and it also extends to private security officers. If you're in an area covered by the Public Works Act, private security can now have you arrested if you don't give your details over to them.
This is a global stratagem, just like we saw at the G20 in Pittsburgh.
No, absolutely. And I just want to say as well, I've been dealing with police in America, in Holland, in Germany, in the UK, and I've never felt such vicious, fascist, thuggish, scumbag behavior as the G20 Toronto.
What have you heard?
Freedom is slavery, and slavery is freedom. If you can get the cows to attack each other whenever anybody brings up the reality of their situation, then you don't have to spend nearly as much controlling them directly. Those cows who become dependent upon the stolen largesse of the farmer will violently oppose any questioning of the virtue of human ownership, and the intellectual and artistic classes, always and forever dependent upon the farmers, will say to anyone who demands freedom from ownership, "You will harm your fellow cows." The livestock are thus kept enclosed by shifting the moral responsibility for the destructiveness of the violent system to those who demand real freedom. The third phase is to invent continual external threats so that the frightened livestock cling to the protection of the farmers. This system of human farming is now nearing its end. The terrible tragedies of modern Western economic systems has occurred not in spite of, but because of past economic freedoms. The massive increases in Western wealth throughout the 19th century resulted from economic freedoms. And it was this very increase in wealth that fed the size and power of the state. Whenever the livestock become exponentially more productive, you get a corresponding increase in the number of farmers and their dependents. The growth of the state is always proportional to the preceding economic freedoms. Economic freedoms create wealth, and the wealth attracts more thieves and political parasites, whose greed then destroys the economic freedoms. In other words, freedom metastasizes the cancer of the state. The government that starts off the smallest will always end up the largest. This is why there can be no viable and sustainable alternative to a truly free and peaceful society. A society without political rulers, without human ownership, without the violence of taxation and statism. To be truly free is both very easy and very hard. We avoid the horror of our enslavement because it is so painful to see it directly. We dance around the endless violence of our dying system because we fear the attacks of our fellow livestock. But we can only be kept in the cages we refuse to see. Wake up. To see the farm is to leave it.